It's early. You're heading to work. You start your car without thinking. A simple automatic action just like every single day. But what if I told you, in that moment, with just one wrong move, you quietly took months off your engine's life? The average driver starts their car at least 600 times a year. That's 600 opportunities to get it right or wrong, and nearly everyone makes one of these 11 mistakes that lead to sludge buildup, early wear, rough starts, and thousands in repairs. These aren't mechanical failures, they're human ones, and the good news, they're easy to fix. Today we break down the 11 most damaging startup habits, what they do, why they matter, and how to stop them. Plus, stick around for a bonus tip most mechanics forget, and how you can avoid the #1 mistake that destroys engines slowly. You start your car, hear that satisfying growl, and give it a quick rev, maybe to wake it up, or just because it sounds cool. But here's the problem. When your car sits, all the oil drains down into the sump at the bottom of the engine. That quick rev happens before the oil pump has had a chance to send that vital lubricant to the top of the engine, where critical parts are waiting. Think of revving at startup like sprinting before stretching. You're putting instant high pressure on pistons, bearings, and cylinder walls that are still dry. Especially in cold weather, oil thickens and takes even longer to circulate. Revving increases friction exponentially and causes micro-scoring that adds up over time. Let the engine idle smoothly for at least 30-60 seconds. That gives your oil pump time to coat everything. If it's freezing out, give it even longer. Your dashboard lights aren't there for decoration. They're the only communication your car has with you. And ignoring them is like ignoring a fever or chest pain. When you turn the key or press start, every light should flash briefly. Oil, battery, check engine, ABS. This is your car's built-in health check. If a light stays on, it's a direct warning. That little oil can symbol, it's not an oil light, it's an oil light. If it stays on, pressure is dangerously low. Drive off blindly and you could seize the engine, kill your battery mid-drive, or face a catastrophic failure within minutes. Watch the lights. If something stays on or doesn't appear at all, like no oil light during startup, you need diagnostics before you move an inch. Radio playing, heater on full blast, headlights shining. Seems harmless, right? But all of this adds load to your battery at the worst possible time. When you turn the key, your starter motor draws hundreds of amps. Add your AC fan, infotainment, heated seats, and you risk a voltage drop that weakens both the starter and the battery. It's even worse with aging batteries. Starting under load can reduce cranking amps below the minimum, leading to misfires and incomplete starts. Before you shut the car off for the night, make it a habit to switch off all major accessories. That way, your next startup is clean, low stress, and gives your battery the best possible chance to do its job without unnecessary strain. When your engine catches and you keep holding the key, it's like jamming a starter into a running flywheel. That screeching grind? That's real damage. The teeth on your starter gear are delicate. When they clash with a moving flywheel, they start to round off, and eventually your starter won't engage at all. The starter motor isn't built to run once the engine fires. Holding it longer overheats it and can even break internal windings. Turn the key or press the button just until the engine starts. Release immediately, and never double crank out of impatience. Old school drivers were taught to pump the gas before starting. But in today's cars with electronic fuel injection, that's not just unnecessary, it's harmful. Pressing the gas during startup tells the ECU to inject more fuel, flooding the combustion chamber, washing oil from the cylinder walls, and risking a no start or hard start. That raw fuel also gets dumped into your exhaust, damaging catalytic converters over time and increasing emissions. Let your car's ECU handle it. Just turn the key or press start with your foot off the gas. Short trips are murder on engines. If your daily drive is 3-5 minutes, your oil never gets hot enough to burn off condensation or fuel vapors. That leads to sludge buildup, accelerated oil degradation, and corrosion inside your muffler and exhaust pipes. Turbocharged engines suffer even more. Without proper warm-up, the turbo's oil can bake and form carbon deposits that lead to failure. Combine errands. Once a week, take your car on a 20-30 minute drive at highway speeds to burn off contaminants and let everything fully circulate. You turn the key, nothing. So you crank again, and again. What you're really doing is flooding your engine and overheating your starter. Each attempt dumps more fuel into the chamber, unburned fuel that washes away oil and soaks spark plugs, Meanwhile, the battery drains rapidly and the starter motor heats up internally, reducing its lifespan significantly. Crank no more than 3-5 seconds at a time and wait 10-15 seconds between tries. If you suspect it's flooded, try holding the gas pedal to the floor while cranking. This clear flood mode allows more air in to dry the plugs. Still no start? Diagnose the issue before continuing. Ever park with your wheels turned hard left or right? If you start the car in that position, your power steering pump is under max load instantly. That makes your engine work harder before oil pressure is stable, and over time, it weakens the serpentine belt and pump internals. This immediate high-pressure demand is particularly damaging when the power steering fluid is cold and thick, multiplying the strain. In extreme cases, it can lead to fluid leaks, belt squeal, or failure, especially on cold starts. Always return the wheel to center before shutting down the car. That way, your engine starts with zero unnecessary resistance. Engine oil is your car's blood, but old or wrong oil can't protect the moving parts that rely on it. Dirty oil contains abrasive particles, fuel residue, and moisture. And if you use oil that's too thin for your climate or engine type, it can't build proper pressure at startup. That leads to noisy starts, ticking lifters, and in time, bearings worn to the copper. Change your oil based on mileage and time. Use the correct viscosity for your climate, and never ignore that oil life warning. Manual drivers, you know who you are. Starting the car while in gear can cause it to lurch forward or backward if the clutch isn't fully pressed. But even when holding the clutch halfway, you're still applying load to the drivetrain, which stresses the starter and grinds the clutch plates. In rare cases, this can even damage transmission mounts or cause your car to stall immediately after starting. Press the clutch fully, confirm you're in neutral, then start. It's a habit that protects more than just your engine. That slow crank sound in the morning, that's a warning. A weak battery makes the starter struggle, which delays combustion, causes misfires, and floods the engine with unburned fuel. You'll foul spark plugs, add carbon to the valves, and over time, wear your engine out from the inside. Check your battery regularly. If your car struggles to start or you see dim lights during cranking, get it tested and replaced before it leaves you stranded. Most people warm up their engine but forget the transmission. Just like your engine, transmission fluid needs to warm up to lubricate internal gears and seals. Cold ATF is sluggish and causes harsh shifts, early clutch wear, and even leaks in cold weather. Let your car idle in park or neutral for at least 60-90 seconds before driving, especially in winter. And don't drive aggressively right away. There's no single moment when an engine dies. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Most of them in the first few seconds of the day. But now you know better. And when you change these 11 habits, your car will run cleaner, stronger, and longer. That's not just smart driving. That's auto authority. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe to the Auto Authority, and share this with a fellow driver who needs to hear it. New videos drop every week. Maintenance tips, repair hacks, and smart driving habits to keep your ride running like new. Until next time, drive smart, drive safe, and respect the machine.